Would you still, is it okay if
Yeah,
we still have a
that's fine.
conversation?
Yeah, have it. I want to know what's going on.
Well, David, just to kind of like, for starters, is there anything that you can think of that would have brought us here today?
Complexes by 6.
Come on in. Come on in.
Stay with Tim Strange.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Good. And Kelsey, you're welcome to join us. And just to make sure, do you guys have identification? I know you guys have your lovely desk, but making sure. Okay, awesome.
Are you good? Do you need anything?
I'm good, thank you. I appreciate it. So just to let you know, we do see that he's here working. We want to be comply with, as much as possible, but we also want to be respectful of the employee and try to be discreet about it.
Yep.
Okay. So we were trying to figure out which way can we escort rather than the main entrance, right? So we do have an emergency.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
Either way, he's going to be right out there because his car's parked there, and we have to deal with that.
With the car.
Yeah, and him at the same time. So
Oh.
unfortunately, I understand and I appreciate that.
Okay. It's
But
gonna-
the quicker we get him out there to the car and done with that,
Okay.
the better.
Okay.
The faster it is, the better for him.
Gotcha.
We understand we don't want to cause a scene.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because of the warrant, we've got to.
Yeah, you got it. Is there anything, one more question, is there anything from an employer perspective we should be concerned about?
I can't
Disclose,
divulge.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, we can tell what the warrant's for.
Yeah, it's public record.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the warrant is once it's in the system where it's public record, it's for soliciting a minor,
Okay. Okay.
contributing to the delinquency of the minor. So
Okay. All right. Well, he does not know you guys are here.
Okay.
And so I just got off the phone with my boss. I wanted to make sure I understood the process of what this looked like. And so,
I'll say we're never here. So I was going to say this is.
we appreciate everything so far.
This is new to me. So this is new to me, but let me message him. That would be the protocol. And to say, you have some visitors here. We ask that you do comply. And, obviously we're paying close attention to your movement from here.
Okay.
Okay?
We've got somebody with an eye on him too, so he's
Okay.
not going anywhere.
Awesome.
All right.
So we'll just wait for him right here? That work?
If you're stating that it needs to
I was
be...
going to say, we're going to be going right out
It's-
here. And his
Which
car's
is
right there.
his vehicle?
The Charger right over here.
Yeah.
The white
He was
one?
going to have you guys wait
No, it's
behind
the
that
gray
glass,
one's
right?
right to the left.
We were just gonna wait right there.
Yeah,
I can't see through the
whichever.
glass because
Yeah.
it's
You have
too.
black
Yeah,
for it.
whichever.
If it was a two-way
Uh-huh.
mirror, it'd be, or
Gotcha.
one way, it'd be better.
But it's right to the left.
We can't see him come out.
Facing,
That's
facing
Yeah.
we don't want to
I
have.
see.
We don't want to have
Feel
some
like
issues.
glass like it,
Yeah.
yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
We'll try to stay out of the way as much as we can.
Yeah, I see. Okay, well, let me grab my laptop. And
Awesome.
I think I'll just tell him to come on to the lobby, right?
Yep,
That would
works.
be good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
I think that was a little light. I almost flung it over there. What room, I don't know.
What's up, bud? Except for? Got anything in your pocket?
No, sir.
Awesome.
Mr. Rios?
Yes.
You're under arrest?
You have a warrant for your arrest, Mr. Rios.
I do?
Yes, sir.
What is
I'll
it?
explain it to you
That's
once
just
we
my
get,
phone.
once we get outside. I'll explain it to you, okay?
Okay.
Keys to your car? Obviously. Okay.
You know which one it is?
Yes, that's right. Okay. Anything else in your pockets?
No, sir.
Wallet or anything?
No, sir. You have it, right? It's right there on the phone.
Okay. It's on the phone right there.
Everything that you have is on the phone?
Awesome. Right there.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and go outside so we're not
Sure.
in here, all right?
And don't need this here. So you probably don't. They'll probably want that.
Is that yours?
Yeah, that's mine for my work.
Oh,
So you keep it, you go home with it every time?
I do.
Okay, then you keep it in your
That's fine.
property.
okay. Sounds good.
Is there anything that you need from him? He keeps his badge and everything, right?
We're okay.
Okay,
Keep us
thank you.
posted, David. Okay?
Thank you. We're gonna go right over here by your car, okay? You're an adult right now? can, as a courtesy, potentially down the road, talk to your parents. Okay, but right now, we'll get to that number. Okay, sure. I just explained the 2 charges. I forgot the 3rd charge on this one. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you would like to come talk to me real quick.
Sure,
we can
that's
go
fine.
over there.
No, I'm.
This is his phone. This is all he had on it.
That's all I have. You
yeah,
guys could
really,
check if you want again. I don't. I promise I have nothing on it.
Really small wrist, and my cuffs are about to fall off of him.
No, I'm not gonna do anything bad. I'm all you.
All right. Well, David, why don't you come talk to us
Sure.
over here real quick? We'll go
Okay.
to air conditioning.
Sure.
Is this your car?
It is.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it's locked.
It should be. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pants don't have pockets. Okay.
This is a new car, dude?
It is.
Nice, man.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I just got it about a month and a half ago.
Yes, yes.
Okay, hey man, I think you may have accidentally given me the wrong number.
Oh, I probably gave you my number.
Yes,
Sorry.
sir, I think you did.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. I'm super close to my mom. She'll be here if she needs to be.
No, yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, so he told you that you are under arrest. We have an arrest warrant for you, and we will talk about all of that.
Sure.
And you can ask as many questions as
Sure.
you want. Before we start talking, because you are under arrest and
Yeah, that's
these
fine.
guys went
Yeah.
into your place of work and all that, I do
Oh.
have to read you your rights.
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
So if at any point you have a question, just let me know. Okay. So have you ever been read your rights before?
Never. I've never been in trouble with the law. My record is clean. Like I don't know what this is about.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about all that.
Sure.
I promise. Okay. So the first one, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with your lawyer being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning. If you wish.
Okay.
Do you still? Is it okay if
Yeah,
we still have a
that's fine.
conversation?
Yeah, have it. I want to know what's
Alright.
going on.
Well, David, just to kind of like for starters, is there anything that you can think of that would have brought us here today? I know you said you have a clean record.
Has
but-
this been with like the Fuentes family? Is that who it is?
I'm not sure. Could you explain a little bit?
Well, is there like a date? Because there has been a guy that has came here before with a gun and like, are you aware of that? Is that what we're having?
I'm not. No.
Okay. So, could you give me kind of some backstory to
Sure.
answer your question?
I will.
Sure.
Yes.
That's fine.
I'm just kind of curious
Sure.
what you think and what your opinion
Well,
is.
yeah. I
So-
mean, if you could give me some answer, I'm sure I'll be able to answer it for you.
Sure. Okay. So the charges that we're gonna be arresting you on today are child solicitation by electronic communication device, meeting a child in person, over talking to them over the phone, enticement of a child, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Do any of those
Like
ring a
who?
bell?
No. What is? I don't understand. Like I'm not too fond of like words like that. What does that mean? Like what do the charges mean?
So the first one just means that basically...
What is electric communication device? What does that mean? Like a phone?
Electronic, yes. So sorry, that's fancy language for a phone. For cell phone.
For giving someone a phone?
No, so this one, child solicitation means that that you had potentially talked to somebody with your phone in a sexual manner, and that person was a child.
No, I don't have any.
You don't recall?
I don't. I do recall one thing though. That this had happened. I would say back in January. I would say February, March.
Okay.
It was this one girl that I was talking to, and I had went to her house, and because she was telling me that she was getting abused by her father, I had went there to try to help her. That's what I had did. She was in my car. Nothing had happened physically at all. I was just telling her, hey, like, you need to get help. You know, you need to, you know, if your father's being abusive to you, like, you need to get help. Because I'm that guy, like, I find things at the bottom of my heart, like, I just thought, like, hey, what if that was, like, my sister, you know what I mean, getting abused, like, that's just not how I was raised, and that's just not how I do things, like, that's just not the kind of guy I am, and I was like, because her house was right here, right, her house was right here, so we just drove down the street and parked right there. And I was telling her like, hey, you need to get in contact with the police. And then she's like, well, I gotta go. And I said, okay. So then we turned the car around, parked it right there, and there was a car behind me, and their lights had turned on. So I started like, I was like, well, who's that? And she's like, that's my dad. And I was like, well, shoot. She's like, well, just keep driving. And I was like, okay. So I just started driving, and he was like right on my tail. So I just kept going down the road, and then I had stopped fully, let her out of the car. She got in her car, and I just went home. And after that, the next day, I came to work, and I had came to work, and same spot. And then security calls and tells me, well, David, there was a guy outside, and no, my coach came to me, and he's like, hey, David, there was a guy outside of your work, and it looks like your car got into an accident. So I went outside, right? And I was like, okay. I was like, because at first there was like 3 different stories on what happened. Like an employee hit my car, or like somebody had touched my car, right? So I went to my car, I went outside, and then my security guard, because we have security guards here, and he was standing by some guy I've never seen in my whole entire life. And I was like, okay. I was like, I've never seen this guy. And he was like, hey, David, like, this guy is here, and he accidentally fell in your car, and he just wants to trade insurances and everything like that. And I was like, okay. And yeah, he was being such a nice guy, saying, hey, David, I just want to make things right. Like, I accidentally fell over the curb and accidentally hit your car. And if it was me, I wouldn't want somebody to walk away from doing something to my vehicle like that. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, and then my security guard's like, you guys are good at trade? And I was like, yeah. And then my security guard had walked away, and he's like, follow me to my car, because this car was like right where my Charger's parked. He was like right behind me, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he was right behind my Charger, my truck. He was in a white truck, right? And he had opened up he is like, well, let me grab you my insurance. So then he had it was like one of those old trucks, like an F-150, and he had the front door, and then the back door would like kind of open up. Mm-hmm. And he had opened it up, and in the back there was a rifle. And he was like, this is what and that's all I remember is he's like, this is what, and then he started to reach for it, and I just screamed and ran into the building. My security guard had walked away just like right here, and my car's right there, and I was like screaming, he's got a gun. So he was attempting to reach for it, and I didn't look back. I fell on the floor and I ran inside, and I just started screaming, there's a guy out there with a gun. And then this place went on lockdown, and then the police came, and I filed a report and all of that stuff, and then that was it, right? Like, I thought, hey, I don't know if it was that girl's dad or who it was. I've never seen that guy in my whole entire life. And then, what did it happen? So then 2 months go by. I was at a concert down here in Albuquerque. It was Lee Bryce, and I was with my brother, and I was going to the bathroom, and I had held the door open for the guy behind me in the bathroom, just being a nice guy, and I was washing my hands because my brother, I didn't need the bathroom, but I just went with my brother because he's 16, and I went with my brother, and then the guy tells me, he closes the door, and he's like, hey. I was like, hey. He's like, do you remember me? I looked at him, and I was like, and then he had like a smirk on his face, and I thought, and I just remembered it was that guy from here. And he's like, do you remember me? And I said, no. And he's like, well, you should. And I said, why should I? And he said, because I'm the guy that went to your work with the gun, don't you remember? And I was just scared. And then he's like, and then he just started pulling off his belt, and he had he had raised it, and he was about to hit me. And I was like, dude, I'm not here to cause any problems. I'm here with my brother. Like, he's probably scared to death. He had locked himself in the bathroom. I was like, I'm here for my brother. I said, and that's what I had said. I said, I'm here with my brother. And he was about to do it, and then he had locked the door, and he was about to swing. And right as he swung, I like ducked, and I ran towards the door, and I unlocked it and ran straight into the concert again at full speed. And I had got in contact with the security people, and I was like, hey, there was this incident that happened at my work. He's back here. He may have a gun. I don't know. So I don't want nobody in here to get endangered. That's what I'm setting here. And that's what had happened. And they escorted me out. I had my dad and everybody down there. There was the police. I filed another report. I was going to file a restraining order. I got there. I had submitted it. And they said that there was some information that wasn't corrected. I never finished filing it. There is an email that I had attempted to file it, and that's all that had transpired from there on.
Well, that sounds crazy. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
It's very scary. I mean, getting a gun pulled on you. Like, it was a loaded, and I could see it. It was a loaded AR rifle in the back of his seat here on this property.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's
then
pretty...
attempted to hit me physically in the bathroom, like, it's assault.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you told somebody. Both times. I'm glad you said something and that you felt brave enough to speak up
Yeah.
and say that, because that is scary.
It is.
Yeah. Well, okay, so just to clarify, you are David Rios.
Correct.
Will you spell your last name for me?
RIOS, David Antonio Rios.
So why don't you start from the beginning for me? So you had mentioned, like, this girl, how did you guys meet?
On the social media,
Okay.
on Snapchat. I don't remember how it worked. Like, I didn't even talk to this girl for like more than a week at all. Like, it was like that short of a time period.
Right.
And she was just like saying like, hey, you know, I was getting abused and all of these things, and I just thought to myself, like, you know, being the nice guy that I am, I was like, I need help. And that's what I did. I went over there and I tried to help her. You know, she had jumped. She was like, my parents are asleep. Can you come over here and talk to me? And I was like, I guess, because I'm just that nice guy. Like, I just have the kindness in my heart. Like, that's just the kind of guy I am. And then
So help me understand,
Sure.
because I'm not that great at Snapchat.
sure.
But when you said you guys met on Snapchat,
So like,
how does that work?
so like, you just add like a friend, right? And like, you can add anybody, like
Okay.
anybody.
Like, do you search their name? Or?
No, well, like, there's like a list, right? It's like it's called, like, you just press search and then there's like a list, and like people's friends like pop up and like you can add them. Like, you can add anybody on there. So then there's like a friends list, and then you could just add anybody off there. So
And-
I don't know if she added me or if I added her. I don't remember.
Oh,
that
okay.
part.
So you don't remember?
I don't.
Okay. So
Um,
from there, I know. Sorry, we have to break it down
Sure.
like into these.
Oh, that's fine.
tiny sections. But so, whoever added who, and then what happened after that? Did one of you message each other, or how?
To be honest, I don't really remember. It's been a long
That's
time,
okay.
since like February or January. I think it was February, to be honest. But yeah, that's what had happened.
What was that initial? Was there a conversation? Was it just?
See, that's what I don't
Snapchat
remember. It was like a
pictures?
week. Like, it was like within, I don't even think it was a week. I think it was like within like 3 days. Like, I don't even remember.
David, do you still have that conversation?
I don't. I had blocked her, and I don't know if she did the same for me, but I don't have anything on there no more. And once you block somebody, like, all their stuff, like, I don't even remember her username, to be honest, at this point. Like, I don't have any of that anymore, 100%.
Do you remember her name?
I don't. I'm on my brother that passed away. I don't.
So then you said you guys talked for maybe like a week.
I believe it, like, wasn't even that long. Like something to remember. Like, I could have seen if it was like months or years. Like, it was like a week. Just out of nowhere, just talking to people.
And sometimes when people are talking on one platform, they start talking on a different
No,
platform.
just that.
Just that?
I believe so.
No, like, phone numbers were exchanged?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I know for sure, 100%, it was Snapchat.
Just through Snapchat?
I
your
believe so.
Communication with
I believe so. I don't remember. I may have texted her, but our main focus was on Snapchat, like a lot of the
Okay,
time.
so maybe.
I may have.
Would you perchance have her phone number saved in your phone?
I don't have like names saved like as contacts, but it could be.
You could potentially
Like
I
maybe
know
if she had like a name, like if you provided a name, like maybe I could search it and it'll pull up, because like you can search like contact. Yeah,
look for it.
sure.
Okay. That would be part of when we do the phone
Sure.
extraction on it. We would get that. So,
Sure.
and you know, just so we're clear, David,
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
this is your story, and I know what I know,
That's fine.
and you know, it's up to you to basically fill in those gaps. For me.
No, that's fine.
You know what I mean? Because
Sure.
I only know what I know right now, what's on this paper, right? And I need your half to finish telling that story. So if there's anything that you think is being like maybe misconstrued, or if I have it wrong or anything,
It's just
like,
hard to
please tell me.
remember, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like One, I've literally met this girl, only, seen her one time in my whole entire life, and that was it.
Okay. So then you said you guys chatted through Snapchat for maybe less than a week. You
It's
said,
hard.
Maybe a couple days.
Like I said, like if you were saying like, what did you and your brother talked about? Like I can go back for a long time because I know what I talked. But like meeting one person one time, I don't remember all that information. I really don't. Like, I don't.
Do you guys? So I know you said you may have texted. Was there anything else that could have been exchanged between you two, like maybe photographs or anything like that?
I don't believe so.
Like voice messages, photographs, text messages.
I don't believe so. Like I said, I don't remember. Like if you were to like pull like the conversation, like if she still has her conversation, then I'd be like, oh yeah, that's like what happened. But like I don't remember. I don't have those on there. I deleted it. Like I blocked. Like I just did. That's all I did. I blocked, and I just haven't seen anything. The last time I had seen that guy was back on that concert. I've never heard of anything after that. Like nothing. How old?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think like 14, if I believe. 14, 15, I think.
And how old are you again?
19.
And just be real honest with me. Like,
Yeah,
this
I
is
will.
Super
Sure.
judgment-free circle, man.
No,
We're not
I
here to be
will.
assholes to you, nothing like that.
No, I know.
Did this conversation ever turn flirtatious? Like, what was the nature of this conversation?
Like I had said, it was for her being abused.
Sure. But over the course of maybe a week, 2 weeks that you spoke with her, approximately, did it ever turn flirtatious? Did it ever turn sexual?
I don't
Just keep in
remember.
mind, like, part of when we do these interviews, like, we have Snapchat. A lot of people think, like, you can conduct stuff on Snapchat and it's going to disappear potentially. That's not always the case.
Sure.
So what we do is we do search warrants to Snapchat. We just kind of want to verify with you, like, did those conversations ever get sexual in nature?
I don't remember.
Could they have?
It could have, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Like I said, it's just been a while. I don't remember at all.
Could you kind of clarify your contact when you met with her that evening? I know you said you kind of drove down the street.
Yeah, so we had drove.
Right?
Yeah, we had just drove right there.
Was there any type of physical contact with her? Was there hand holding, hugging, something?
There was hugging, like just being like here, like, do you need comfort? Like that's what it was. That was all that there was.
Okay. Was there? What about like a kiss? Even if she initiated it?
No,
No kissing.
there was not. Like I said, it was just comfort. Like, hey, I know I've seen people that have got abused before, and it just breaks my heart. Like I said, I'm that guy, and it just breaks my heart.
Okay. When you say that, has something like this occurred before on other platforms or with other females that you met up with them?
No.
Okay. So if a girl said that she was having a hard time, you've never met with her before?
No, this was my first time. Like my first time. This is
What was different than this time than potentially any other time?
because this is like the first time. Like I've like somebody has ran to me with it. Like usually I'm like a bystander. Like I seen it, but like it's not my business. But like this time she like had reached out to me, and I was like, well, the kind of guy I am, I went to help.
So did she kind of disclosed like some abuse from her parents to you? Something like
Say that again.
She was talking about she was being abused by her family.
Correct.
Is that
She
what
said I have to meet you when my dad is asleep or else he would hit me if I went outside.
Did she have any visible bruises when you met with her or anything like that?
I didn't see. She was covered up.
Okay.
So
Did you ever think to maybe talk to the police about what's being reported to you about the abuse?
I
or anything
didn't.
like that?
But when we had that police report the next day, it was literally the next day, I had went and reported that, and it's all in the police statement.
You said you had an email, right?
I had an email for what is it? What is it?
For filing the police report?
No, it wasn't for one. Oh, restraining order.
A restraining.
Okay.
I have an email for that,
But in terms of...
and I had put all of that in there, all of the information.
Were you saying that you were trying to make a police statement? Or say that one more time?
No. I filed 2 police statements for this gentleman.
Were they in regards to the abuse that was being disclosed by the daughter, or kind of what was happening with the firearm?
the firearm. But then this last one with this last one that had just happened at the concert, I did mention the abuse and everything, because they're like, well, why was he coming after you? And that's why I had put, well, here's the reason why, because she was getting abused. That's what I had put. And I said, do you guys need any more information? And they're like, well, no, we can figure out anything, or we can figure it all out. So I said, okay. I gave everything that I needed, and I went ahead and filed those 2 reports. Even at my house, I have the card of the officer that I had spoke to. It has the what is it? Not the
case number.
like the case number. Yeah, that's what it is. It has a case number on there and everything.
Now, I know you mentioned it's possible that these conversations got flirtatious, they got sexual. And just to clarify, at any point did you ever send images to her or she to you?
I remember that I think that she had sent. I never sent anything inappropriate. I didn't. I remember she had sent me a picture once where she was like in, like, it wasn't even like, I guess you could just like say like shorts. I wouldn't even call it underwear. Like, she was just in shorts, and I think that was like the most inappropriate thing that was there, like as far as picture wise.
So she was clothed?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, and it was just like, I think like a sports bra, I would say, and like shorts. Like, that was it.
Did you ask for that picture?
No, I never asked for it.
Did you?
She had sent. I was like, hey, could I like see some pictures of you, just like of you as a person?
Right.
And that's what she had
Right.
sent. So I was like, okay.
Did you save that image of her?
It automatically saves.
Okay.
It automatically saves. Like, you could put a chat setting on there where it saves.
Oh, but you're saying you blocked her and that chat may have been erased.
Well, I'm just saying that I had blocked her on there. It could have erased, or it could have stayed there. I'm not too sure. I've had it blocked on there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll definitely look into
Sure.
that. Do you remember the guy's name?
Well, they had said that that gentleman had came up here, to here with like multiple names. Like, he had listed multiple names. He didn't give, but they did say that they strictly remember Fuentes as the last name.
And when you said that you went to her house, where did you initially start from?
What do you mean start from?
Like, so when you said you got the message from her, right? She told you, hey, my parents are asleep, come to my house. She said that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you when you got that?
Oh, I
message?
was at my house.
Okay. And then where's
Where's my house located?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, in Rio Rancho.
Okay. And then where does she live?
She lives right there on, what was the address? My mom took a screenshot of it because I gave it to her. It was right there on, it's kind of near Gun Club,
Okay.
like South Valley area.
Okay.
I believe so.
And which way, because I grew up in Rio Rancho, and to drive to the South Valley is kind of far, but like which way did you go to get there?
I believe it was, I don't know the streets too well. I usually just use GPS,
Okay.
but it was like right there on Course. Like, I think if you just take Course all the way down.
Were you in this Charger?
No, I had a Mustang. My mom took over it. It's under her name and everything. I told her if she co-signed on this Charger, I would give her the Mustang. So she took over.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a free Mustang.
I was paying payments on both. Yeah, she
Let
just
me know
paid
next
for
time you're
insurance.
co-signing.
Yeah, really.
Did
Yeah.
you like it here? Did you like it in T-Mobile?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's good money, and I do real well here.
Did you work off like a mission or anything?
I work out. No, I do. It's $20 an hour, hourly, and then bonus
Dude, I'm
commission.
That's not bad.
Messed up. So what kind of like hours are you working?
So I'm working 4 10-hour shifts. So Monday, Tuesdays, and then Friday, Saturday.
Are they like day shift?
They're 10 hours, so it's 8 a.m. or no, 9 p.m. to 8.
So
On
you're
those
working
days.
graveyard.
Basically 10 hours.
Why are you here right now?
No, 9 a.m.
9
to 8
a.m.
p.m.
to 10 p.m.
No, 8 p.m. 9 to 8.
I'm so sorry.
So I'd be getting out of here in like 3 hours almost.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. And then, what is your Snapchat name? And you wouldn't remember like a phone number, or
Nothing.
you just remember her address, maybe potentially where she lives in the South Valley.
Right there in the South Valley. It was like I said, my mom has it in a text message. Like she has the screenshot of the actual address, like on Google Maps.
And what was your about what time was that? Do you remember? Did
Like
you
at
go
night?
there? Yeah.
Oh, for that day?
The day, yeah.
It was
the
at night.
time you went
It was like I would say like 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
9:30.
What was your intention? Like, what were you guys planning on doing when you did go there? I know you said you wanted to be there for her, but what was the plan?
The plan was just to talk to her and be like, hey, if you're getting abused, like here's how to help. Because I think she was just so scared, like that I was gonna tell, or that she didn't know who to run to. And I just thought, well, I'm here to help, and I'm gonna try my best. I mean, that's all I can think of is that I was just there to help.
And a while back, you mentioned something about like, oh, I didn't want to do that. That's inappropriate. Like I think you mentioned that about maybe sending her photos of yourself. And you said that she sent you the photos where she's like kind of wearing the bra and panties or whatever, or
Like
you
the
said
shorts.
the shorts.
The short.
At any point, did you tell her like, hey, this is inappropriate? Or at one point, did you think like, why did you think it was inappropriate?
Like for her, or for like me sending anyone?
Either.
No, I didn't. I don't remember. Like I said, like I like if you guys have like the wording, like by like text, like screenshots or anything, then I would clearly remember. But right now, I don't.
So now you're saying like that's inappropriate. Are you only saying that because of what I told you the charges are, or did you know back then that was inappropriate?
I said that was inappropriate now, or in the text.
Is that what you think? Is that? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I'm confused.
Okay,
Try to ask.
sorry.
Sorry. I'm
That's
confused.
okay.
Sorry.
Earlier when Justin asked you, he said, did you guys ever exchange photographs? Was the conversation flirting or photographs exchanged?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you said, no, that's inappropriate. And maybe I misunderstood you, so I can have you help me understand that a little bit better.
I don't remember that. Sorry.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
know.
that's
I'm just like my mind's gone right now. Like seeing this, like it's just shocking to me, especially how far I've come in life. I've been working 3 years as management. Just got 2 cars, doing well for myself. Like this is like I always see it like on those shows like Beyond Scared Straight and like all these like jail shows. Like I was like I never want to be there. So like seeing this is like how you like get like so like gone in your headspace. You're like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. So then your intention when you did go down there, you consult her about how much time did you spend with her?
Not even that long. Not even that long. I would
If
say
you
like
had to
max
put,
like
like, a time.
like 30 minutes max. Like not even long. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's so weird. Like I've never met this girl in my whole entire life. Ever. I've talked to her for like I would say I don't even know if it was a week. I'll just like say it was a week. Like right around there. 3 to like 7 days, right around there. And then yeah, I just went to her house that day. It like all happened so quick. Like I was there, right away. 30 minutes, like I said, nothing long at all. Like
So when she told you that she was 14, was that concerning to you?
it was concerning because I was like, why is she being abused at any age? I mean, 14. Like I'm the kind of guy like it doesn't matter what age it is. Like if you're getting abused, you need help.
I guess what I'm trying to understand is this girl is potentially sending you flirtatious photographs, right? Like she's like half naked. She's telling you that she's abused, and she tells you that she's 14, and you go and you pick her up in your car. How do you feel about that?
I know it doesn't look great. Like if that's what you're wanting to ask. Like I know it doesn't do great, but in my heart, I knew it's just the kind of guy I am.
And I'm not asking you from a judgmental standpoint.
Sure,
I want to know.
I know.
I'm
I know.
asking you from like what was your thought process while you were doing that? As in like I'm just trying to understand. Like I'm just trying to, like that's a lot going on. Like you said, that's
Sure.
a lot. So I'm just trying to make sure that I understand.
No, I'm just that like I'm sorry. I don't mean to get emotional, but my brother had passed away, and just seeing all that, like just seeing him in the hospital and everything like that. Like I've had a lot of deaths in my family, and just seeing all that, you know, and just thinking like this girl can end up dead one day, you know, if they abuse. You know, I've seen some people where, you know, on the shows or on anything, you know, where they get abused and they end up, you know, killing themselves and stuff.
I'm sorry that you had to deal with that with your brother.
And I
That's
had
really
watched
hard.
him take his last breath, and I thought, I never want nobody to experience what I just seen.
That's really hard.
It's heartbreaking, you know what I mean? He died at 14.
That's really hard. Well, I have a little bit of some of the chats in this document
Okay.
that maybe we could review really
Sure.
quick, and then maybe we could get going.
Like I said, I don't mean to get emotional, but
No,
my brother
you're
means
fine.
a lot to me.
I mean, we all have had like really hard times with our families, and unfortunately, that's happened to you too. And it's not good. So let me see. And like I said, I only included just what I had
Available to you, or is it
yeah,
everything?
and it's not even like, it doesn't look like Snapchat. It's just like, you know, little. Wow! My paperclip just like shot all over the place. Okay, so here we have timestamps of when
Okay.
messages were sent. So this one,
What does NL mean?
that is just initials. So sent you 6 pictures of herself. These appear to be selfies, facial selfies, so just of her face. And then to which some of them include maybe some other members of her family. Do you recall?
I don't
that?
remember the family ones. I just remember like the selfies and stuff like that.
Okay. And that could be potentially from, like what you said, like sometimes it automatically saves something. And then at this time, so at like 2 o'clock in the morning on January 23rd, you send to her, it won't be till like 9:30, 10.
That's so right around what I had said. 9:30. So yeah.
When you were
9:30.
gonna go to her house.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then at 11:22, I'm sorry, this kind of goes backwards, I guess. But she had sent you a picture saying, "Warning, if you kiss my neck, I'm not responsible for what happens next."
Wow, I don't even remember that. I do know that address, though. That's the address. Gail.
Do you think that message from her, how does that influence your decision to go meet her at her house?
It's horrible.
Can you explain, like, what do you mean?
Like, it's not good to I you know, and to be honest with you, it wasn't right to go over there. I'm gonna be honest, it was not right to go over there, especially with the age difference. I get it. I just thought, you know, hey, I'm gonna do what I can do to help her in her situation. And like that's inappropriate. You're right.
Well, but help us understand. To
Sure.
you, what does that mean? Because like to different people, that message
Can
could
come
mean
off,
different
yeah,
things.
it can come
so
off like
in that moment when
like
you did
like
that-
sexual.
Okay.
Like that's what it can come off.
And in that message, so it said like, "I'm not responsible for what happens next." Like what is gonna happen?
Like in her
after that.
viewpoint, because she's
Sure,
the one that had sent
sure,
that.
Sure.
I didn't send that.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Maybe she was thinking sexual.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what next can be.
But I mean, so after she sends that text to you, like, you still make the decision to go with her.
I do. You're right. Anybody in their right mind, you're right, wouldn't have that.
Well, I mean, do you remember how you responded to that particular message to her?
I don't. Like I said, I don't remember, like, even seeing that. Like, that's the thing, like, it's been so long. Like, life has gone on since then. I've done so many things. Got this job. Like, so many things have had deaths in the family. Like, there's so many things that have happened since.
When you're not working at T-Mobile when that...
I had started here in October, but still learning the ropes and everything like that. I've only
Takes
been
a
here
while.
since October.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, after you receive that message, like, how do you think that influences your intentions to go meet with her? Like, did they become sexual at that point? Your intentions to go see her?
No. They don't. Because like I said, that's not... That's not the kind of guy I am.
We were both teenagers once. Like, it wasn't that long ago for either of us. Like, we know. And, I mean, it's better if you just tell us, like...
I think you guys deal with a lot more pressure, too. Because when I was 19, Snapchat wasn't around.
Yeah, it was more...
It makes it very easy to kind of get caught up in some crazy stuff. So, I mean, you've been really honest with us, I think, up to this point. Like, we appreciate that, David.
Sure.
Again, this is... If you read the warrant, that's kind of what the charge... You kind of admitted, like, you know, it may have been wrong to go meet with her. That's what the charge involves.
Sure.
To go meet with her.
Sure. Yeah, no, I get it. Like you said, it's right there. It's just not. That was not my intention.
We're not excusing anybody pointing guns at you or nothing like that. Like that's, we don't condone anything like that. But we had to kind of address the action when you meet with her. And again, we appreciate you at least letting it with us.
Sure. No, and I'll be honest. I mean, you guys ask me the questions. I'll be as honest as I can be.
And you have been.
Sure.
Do you have questions for us?
I don't. I'm just. I don't. I'm just so lost for words. Like I said, you ask any one of my. You go in there and you ask anybody about me, and I'm the nicest, friendliest person you can meet. My family, my friends, like anybody, everybody you've ever met, never would say I never had a mean thing in my body. I've never been against anyone. Like it's just not who I am.
And I think that sometimes we make mistakes. That's okay. We just learn from them and we move on and we become a better person.
Sure.
Just to kind of go off of that, I did serve legal process on your Snapchat, so I have messages from December until basically now. And I did see that you were talking to several girls who are younger than 15 on Snapchat. In the state of New Mexico, you have to be 16 to consent to having sex with somebody, and you have to be within a 4-year gap if that person is younger than that to consent to either be engaged in sexual communication or to have consensual sex with them. So I'm just kind of telling you this as this. I know that this was occurring, so nip it in the bud now, and maybe don't do that anymore.
Oh, 100%. Like
Right?
I said, like this is a learning experience. Like if you know, I'm not saying I'm gonna get let go, but I'm just saying, like if I were to let go, like if you guys said you get one more chance, I would throw the phone away. Like I would. Like I get it. I get it.
So just be aware of that. Like
Sure.
age, I know age is just a number.
Yeah.
Like it's
It isn't. You're right. You're right.
It's not our job. We go by those numbers every single day.
And it's crazy because my dad had just told me, he's like, David, like you have a lot going for you. He's like,
yeah, man. I mean, you got a great job. You got some great cars. You're giving mom cars. Like,
and he even had said, David, he said, like, you know, he even had told me, he said, I understand you know, you wanted to help in that situation. She was being abused and everything like that. But he said, David, it doesn't matter. You know, that's your age, and it's the wrong thing to do. And I know you feel like that's the right thing because, you know, you're a nice guy and, you know, you're heartfelt. But there's the law, too. You know what I mean? You could be the nicest guy in the world, but you can't go against the law.
and that's what Justin was kind of trying to get at a little bit.
Do you guys have a
earlier.
tissue?
It's a Subway one. Is that okay?
That's fine.
That's what Justin was trying to talk about a little bit earlier with, like, well, you know, the better way to have handled that situation would be to
I shouldn't even have gone. Yeah, no,
To
you're
let
right.
us
To
know.
let you know.
Hey,
Sure.
like, I've been chatting, and there's ways to do it anonymously, too.
Yeah.
And we can talk about all that, but I know we need to see if, did they get his car towed and stuff? Are they still here?
Where was this car?
It was, like, right there.
I'm sorry for wasting your guys' time. I know you guys got better things to do.
No. It's, you know, like, sometimes we need somebody to come
You're
in
right,
and tell us,
and you're
like,
right.
hey,
I made a
you
mistake.
fucked up.
You made a mistake.
You fucked up. Now all you gotta do now is you own it and you move on with life. And
Yeah.
you keep doing what you're doing. Don't let this affect you. And you just, well, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to change some of your behaviors and some of the patterns that I've seen with your Snapchat. But
Oh yeah, that's gone.
I would
I-
recommend, based on the stuff that I did see with there, like, just quit adding people you don't know.
Sure.
Because you don't know how
You don't.
Well, they truly are,
Sure.
right?
You could lie on there
And-
too. You're right.
And you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Are some girls on there way super young, but they act super promiscuous? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you know, they're probably coming from a place where they've been abused, and they are acting like that because they don't know how to act any different.
And I think that could have been one of these situations.
Yeah.
Mom has your card.
My
Oh, your
mom does.
has your car? Did they take off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will go ahead. Are you ready to go to?
Let me
Okay.
make sure I have all your stuff. So,
And is your
AirPods?
Yeah, AirPods.
Okay. And then phone, which we have to take.
Yeah, and then watch. That goes
Watch.
with the phone. And then just my jacket. And then my wallet's right there on the back of the phone if you need my ID or anything. And my bank cards. It just comes off. It's a magnet. Yeah, you can just pull it off. It's just a magnet.
We'll probably leave that with you. Take that.
Oh, sure.
that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, no, and then and then there's nothing else in it. You could look. I don't do drugs. I don't do none of that either. So
No, that's
if you
not
guys
why
are
I'm looking at this.
yeah, I'm not like one of those guys you pull out and they got all kinds of stuff in there. So are we?
Is your car?
Are we going in this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind if I put on my seatbelt?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Okay.
I don't.
You could turn it
we'll
off,
just-
yeah, if you want it.
We'll turn it off.
All it does is it just tells you who texted. Like it doesn't give any information at all. So you guys can have it if you need it. Oh, you just hold it on the side. There's like a little side. Like no, right on the bottom of it. Yeah, just hold it in, and then hold it in, and then at the top it should say slide off. There you go.
I mean, we could potentially just seize it for evidentiary purposes and then release it after we get it dumped tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. Okay, we're heading out then. Let me click on the radio. Oh, you know what? Before we go, let me grab a book.
Yeah.
Which air? North? Give me 2 seconds.
I have a question for you, sir.
Yeah.
Do you think I will ever have to see that? I understand that. I don't know if that's her father, if that's her uncle, or whoever it was. But could you just be honest with me and do I ever have to see that guy again?
I'm trying to think down the road. Court proceedings can go any number of ways, man. Right?
So like he could be there, but he can't hurt me, right?
Well, I mean, it would be in a court setting, right? So it has security, it has a judge.
Okay.
If he did anything like that, that would not be very smart on his part.
Sure.
So
Because I'm legit scared of that guy. Like I would freeze.
I can't make you any promises that
Sure.
you've never seen.
Well, like I mean, in where there's like guards and stuff. Okay.
So like you'll probably I don't know if you have a private attorney.
Is this our
already,
clinic?
or,
I don't. I mean, we can. I know you could get one, correct?
well, you can get one free of charge.
Yeah.
So if
213 is
you
all.
did
I'll
go
go
that
mail
route,
16.
then you got,
My
like, a
starting
public
mileage is
defender. I would just
86,899. I'll be en route to the
Sure.
bonding
with
window.
him. He can probably like communicate that with you.
Starting mileage
That should be-
86899 and 1710.
Which way do we gotta go? We gotta go south.
142 yourself. 142.
David, what's your middle name?
On 20.
We have a female deputy 10-8.
I gave you the. Oh, you have it.
Do you think at any point I could speak to my mother at least? At any point?
Do you know her?
We have one east.
I do.
No.
They will let you call her once you get booked in. They will let you have like phone calls. Sorry. Oh, I could have gone that way. Yeah, hold on. There's speed bumps.
4 5 after attempt to 10-8.
So where is it that we're going? Is it what jail is? Is it a jail or is it a prison? I don't know the difference.
So right now we're going to go to the prisoner transport center.
Okay.
Basically, the jail is out there in the mesa, like hella far. So where we're taking you right now is basically just a holding spot until they get enough people to take a bus to the jail.
Oh, okay.
So the jail is out by, do you know where the Sandia Speedway is?
Oh yeah, way over there.
Yeah.
Way over
So that's where the jail is. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You'll probably be out like pretty soon because, like you said, you have a pretty squeaky clean record.
Well, that's just the thing, and I want you to, and I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I'm glad this had happened. Like I'm not glad I'm getting arrested, but this is an eye opener. I think it had to have happened. You know what I mean? Not like saying like it's good like that you guys did what you did because like it shows like, hey, what you did was wrong in this situation. Like I'm a guy, like I'm glad I want to be taught, and I want. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Like.
After 142, we've got 279 en route east from east.
Like it just shows like there's consequences to your actions. You know what I mean?
10-4.
So that's I'm very grateful.
And in this situation,
I'm not saying no. I'm not trying to like get my way out of anything. I'm just saying like I'm a guy like I need to learn from my actions. I've always been raised like that with respect and morals. Like you need to know that there's a difference between right and wrong. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and this is an opportunity to turn it around for sure, guaranteed. And like I said, I don't do drugs. You know, I don't drink. Like.
What do you do when you're not working, man?
All I do is just spend time with family. That's all I do. Like, you ask my mom, what does he do? He just stays home with us. This is exactly what she said. Like, I don't go out. I don't party. Like, I'm just not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, I see all my friends, you know, doing drugs or, like, drinking and stuff like that. And it's like, I have, you know, work and responsibilities compared to, you know, these other people. And I just, you know, you had your fun in the, you know, a long time ago, like in high school and all that. But you have to start somewhere. You know, and a lot of these kids my age, they haven't even started their life yet, you know what I mean? And I've been working since I've been 15 and a half. The day I was able to work, I was already working.
What's your phone number?
It's 505-415-6355.
That's a 242.
Is this place pretty far from here?
We'll be there in probably less than 2
So 242, are you still on this air?
19, yes, sir.
When did you turn 19?
December 17th.
He may be on NCIC. 10-4, I think he lost connection radio in the hospital. We're giving him a 21.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're just gonna go downtown Albuquerque right now.
And you said you guys do investigating?
Yes, so both of us are detectives with the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office.
In Sandoval, right? Or no, that's Albuquerque. Because they're from Albuquerque, but I'm from Rio, so Rio police don't get involved?
No.
Okay. I thought it goes off your address.
No, it's where a crime occurred.
Oh, okay.
So
if it happened in Rio, it'd be Sandoval.
Right.
Gotcha.
So since you had traveled from Rio Rancho to the South Valley, the South Valley is in Bernalillo County.
Sure. That makes sense.
We're also part of the task force for child exploitation and human trafficking. So we do, I know you said earlier, like, oh, well, you have better things to do. Like, this is what we investigate.
Sure. Well, I didn't mean it to be like a jerk.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know there's all kinds of other things, you know, that's going on in this world.
So right now, the first thing we have to do is go file your paperwork, which shouldn't take but like maybe 5 minutes, and then we take you to the jail.
Sure.
And then that's as far as our part goes.
And then what happens next? Do you guys? Oh, well, you guys don't really deal with what happens in there, huh? You guys just do this part. Oh, okay.
But you'll get transported to the jail, get checked in at jail. You'll probably see a judge tomorrow.
Do you know how like long it takes? Like, do you like?
For
do you know
which
like
part?
to get out? To be honest.
I don't. It depends on the
Is it
charges.
like years?
Oh, no. So you'll only be in jail until you see a judge, pretty much, and the judge will say,
Like, here's what's gonna happen.
yeah. So
Oh,
they're either gonna determine we need to hold this guy until his trial, or he can be released as long as he's not a flight risk. Like, they have to trust that you're gonna show up to trial.
Like
if they're
with my
gonna release
record,
you.
I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm not a crazy guy.
I can't promise you that you'll see a judge like tomorrow, but you probably will.
It just depends.
Because it's a Wednesday.
Sure.
So
It's a weekday. Yeah. You're right.
you have at least 3 more days in this week to potentially see a judge.
But it's all gonna be in prison or jail. What's the difference between jail and prison, if I may ask?
So jail, you can only be in there for up to 365 days.
Oh, a year. But then that other one, you're a long
yeah,
time.
if you're convicted of a misdemeanor crime. Prison, you have to be sentenced to, and that's when you commit a felony crime.
Oh, okay.
And you can be sentenced to prison for an unlimited amount of years.
Sure.
But with jail, you can only be there. You can only be held there for the maximum amount of time, 365 days.
Okay, gotcha. Now, let me ask. I mean, I did police reports. Can anything happen to him due to the fact that there was guns pulled and that there was all of that as well that had happened?
Absolutely. If what you're saying that he did to you, like if they can, like you know how I have my
Because I have security guards that had seen the gun and everything. Like, there's witnesses at that building.
Did you say you did file a police report?
I did.
Which agency?
Albuquerque. And my security guard also was there too, that works there with us. And he was out there with the gun, so he could see it for himself too. Like, he's 100% a witness. He was out there. And they said that there was another employee that was out there that also had seen the gun.
In terms of the follow-up, like, we can't really say because we're not the investigating agency.
But who could I talk to about that? Because I think, I'm not saying to get back at anybody, but I don't think that was
well,
right
what
to
he
do.
did is not right.
Yeah.
If you know what you're saying he did to you, like that's not good. That number that you have, that card that you said you have at home, they should have their contact information on
Because
there.
I had called him and I said, well, do you guys need his address or anything? And they're like, no, we'll find him. But like, he could have made up a name. That's what I'm saying. Like, they weren't being too cooperative with me when I was giving them this information.
Potentially, sometimes we don't disclose everything that we know at the time. So if they were investigating him for a crime, he would have to produce some type of ID. And then if he doesn't, then he can get charged with that. So
Is he going to be here at all right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
I get worried around him, especially pulling out a gun. I've never got pulled out a gun on.
No, we haven't talked to him in a very long time. If it's even the same person.
David, do you know the address right there in that city?
I don't. But if you look up on Google Maps, it's Jefferson, T-Mobile Jefferson Commons is what it's called.
So we're gonna come right here in just a minute, but I have to go across the street real quick to do your paperwork.
Do you think I'll ever be able to go back to T-Mobile?
Well, let's not get to T-Mobile, man.
But I mean, like in a reasonable time frame, do you think? Or you just don't know?
I don't want to make you any promises, dude, but like, again, based on your
Record?
your previous record,
It could be.
the first time offender,
Yeah.
I think it's like, yes. But again, don't take my word for it.
Sure. Yes, sir. Did you need me to get down or just
No,
do it
you
chilling
stay
here?
right
Okay.
there.
Sure.
Justin's gonna watch it for me, and
Sure.
I'm gonna go run the paperwork up
Okay.
whenever he's done.
I just need a kiss. Okay.
It's SO.
SO 187 and 218.
SO 22 02 000 2209. It's
Okay,
not two, so that's why it's easy to remember.
San Devante, westbound about 2nd Street, 45, 2 vehicle MVA. Airbag deployed, unknown for injury. 10-3 direct on call and code.
Alright, I'll be right back, Jessica.
Direct on call, 10-4 for code. And what's the 20 again? I'm westbound Paseo, passing road back.
They're advising east of 2nd Street, westbound.
10-4.
You got air up there?
I do, man. Thank you.
SO 353, what's your 20?
And the jacket? Okay.
I think it's enough. He said that's it. He's got paperwork. Alright, go ahead and step out for a minute. Oh, yeah.
Good, I got it.
And then I'll just have you stand back here kind of where Justin's at. We'll double check everything.
6 rings. I see you.
The pocket is like...
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, there's nothing in there. It's just all
goes
fluffy.
all the way down.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to check your groin area with the back of my hand, okay?
Sure.
Are you wearing, did you shorts under have pockets?
No,
Or are they
they're
just
just
boxers?
under. Yeah, they're just briefs.
Okay, you're good. Just stay right there for me. Oh my gosh. Okay, again, I'm going to do your groin area, okay? Alright, head towards that door, the red light is on it. Press the intercom button.
Alright guys, BCSO with 1.